In life, we often find ourselves caught in relationships that drain us, leaving us questioning our worth and potential. There are moments when holding on too tightly only leads to more heartache. If you're wondering whether it's time to let go, remember the powerful words of Steve Maraboli. The truth is, unless you let go, unless you forgive yourself, unless you forgive the situation, unless you realize that the situation is over, you cannot move forward. Recognizing the signs you need to walk away and let her go is the first step in reclaiming your strength and emotional peace. The power of walking away isn't just about leaving someone behind. It's about rediscovering your self-worth, your happiness, and your life. It's about choosing freedom over feeling trapped. If you're ready to take control and start a new chapter, keep reading to uncover 11 simple but powerful signs that show it's time to walk away and let her go. These insights will help you understand when to let go of what's no longer serving you and embrace the better things ahead. Number 1. Phenomenon Phubbing in communication. Effective communication is the backbone of any strong relationship. But what happens when your partner starts avoiding meaningful conversations or constantly dismissing important topics? Imagine trying to discuss future plans only to be met with silence or a stream of excuses. Or picture planning a significant event like a long-awaited vacation and hearing, "Let's deal with that later. I'm too busy." Yet somehow, they always seem too busy to engage. Is this emotional distancing, a way to dodge deeper connection, or a sign they're simply not invested in the relationship? We live in an age of endless distractions, where technology has reshaped how we connect, for better or worse. One phenomenon, phubbing, describes ignoring your partner in favor of your phone. Studies reveal that those with insecure attachment styles, either anxious or avoidant, are more prone to this behavior. Anxious individuals may obsessively multitask to maintain external connections, while avoidants may phub to create emotional distance. Both patterns erode relational bonds. Consistent avoidance of meaningful interaction breeds emotional neglect, leaving you questioning, do they even care? Aren't we worth their time or attention? When communication falters, connection does too. Reflect on this. What if we made an intentional effort to deeply engage, to be entirely present in every conversation, every shared moment? Could that be the foundation of something unbreakable? By investing time and emotional energy into communication, we nurture the heart of our relationships. So what can you do? Start by confronting the issue head-on. Ask your partner how they truly feel, without judgment. Foster a space for open dialogue and set boundaries around phone use when you're together. Be mindful of the motives behind their actions and strive to create a balance that honors both your needs. If communication is the foundation, we must build it brick by brick, with unwavering attention and care. When we prioritize connection over convenience, we make space for a love that truly flourishes. If you're constantly out of coverage, it's time to step up and leave. Number 2, the power of support in relationships. A reflection on emotional safety. Imagine this. You're chasing an exciting job opportunity, ready to take that next big step, and you eagerly share your excitement with your partner. But instead of feeling uplifted or cheered on, you're met with indifference. "What's so great about that?" they respond. Or worse, when you propose a bold new career move, they dismiss it with, "You haven't even mastered your current job, and now you're thinking about something else?" This isn't just a minor disagreement. It hints at a deeper disconnect. A lack of support in a relationship often signals unhealthy dynamics. Partners are supposed to lift each other up, offer encouragement, and show understanding. When one person's aspirations are constantly dismissed or undermined, it creates a toxic emotional environment that stifles growth, both individually and as a couple. Support doesn't have to come in grand gestures. Sometimes it's the small, everyday moments that truly build emotional security. Picture this, a simple exchange between partners. You share news about your new job, and instead of a shrug, she asks, "Is this job better than the last one?" That small but sincere question shows genuine interest. You respond, "Yeah, it's a bit more demanding but financially stable." And she replies, "Well, do you feel good about it?" You say, "I think I can handle it." She nods. "If anything goes wrong, just know I've got your back." Isn't that powerful? A relationship where even the smallest interaction echoes with empathy and support. It turns indifference into a shared commitment, a promise to face challenges together, heart to heart. Those few lines filled with compassion and encouragement stand in stark contrast to emotional neglect. They offer understanding, a willingness to listen, and a vow to be there, both emotionally and practically. This is emotional safety. It's not just about agreeing with each other, it's about showing up no matter what. Now think about this. Have you ever felt like your biggest achievements were brushed off by someone you deeply care about? That sting of being minimized, it's crushing, isn't it? You almost feel the weight of that disregard, chipping away at your confidence. But when someone genuinely asks about your well-being or cheers you on in your ambitions, it breathes life into you. It ignites your drive, strengthens your resilience, and ultimately builds trust. Isn't that what we all long for in our relationships? To feel heard, understood, and supported. Relationships aren't just about love, they're about growth. They should empower us, not hold us back. The core truth here is that support is the catalyst for emotional well-being. It creates a safety net that allows us to take risks, face challenges, and explore new opportunities. Think about any successful person you admire. Behind their achievements, there's often a solid pillar of support, a mentor, a friend, or a partner who believed in them when no one else did. The takeaway is clear. If your partner isn't giving you the support you need, it's not just a surface-level disagreement. It could point to something much more significant. Relationships are partnerships, team efforts. No matter how tough things get, we must remember that showing up for each other is what makes it all worthwhile. A relationship built on genuine support is one that can weather any storm, and that's worth everything. Number 3, love versus ambition. What happens when your life goals don't align? It's easy to overlook the importance of shared life goals in a relationship, but these aspirations form the bedrock of long-term harmony. When life paths diverge, it's often a subtle yet undeniable sign. Perhaps it's time to consider letting go. Think about it. Frequent, unresolved arguments aren't just a minor inconvenience. They're signals of deeper, perhaps irreparable differences. Occasional disagreements are normal, even healthy, adding texture to our connections. Yet, daily conflicts with no sense of resolution or relief can lead to emotional exhaustion and persistent unhappiness. Imagine this. One partner is fiercely ambitious, striving to climb the career ladder and achieve greatness, while the other seeks a balanced, stable life. Or picture one of you longing to move to a new city for better job opportunities, while the other is deeply attached to your current home and the familiar comfort of family nearby. These aren't small or insignificant issues. They shape your future, determining whether you'll thrive together or grow apart. When our dreams, ambitions, and priorities are aligned with our partners, it's like two people paddling a boat in the same direction, propelling each other forward, thriving together. But without this shared vision, frustration brews, burnout becomes inevitable, and the constant feeling of being misunderstood overshadows moments of joy. It's not just about more frequent arguments, it's about the emotional exhaustion that can drain the joy out of being together. It's not just a matter of who compromises more, it's about the cumulative emotional toll. Maybe you thought love could conquer all, but sometimes love requires understanding when to choose harmony over staying together for the sake of it. As hard as it is to acknowledge, Sometimes realizing the deep-rooted differences is the most loving step we can take, both for ourselves and for each other. Recognizing this isn't failure. It's the wisdom to seek a future where both individuals can truly thrive. So reflect deeply. Are you and your partner steering your lives toward the same horizon? Are you each willing to make the sacrifices and celebrate the triumphs that come from a shared dream? If not, it might be time to ask if this journey is still the right one. Remember, protecting your happiness is just as vital as nurturing the happiness of those you love. Number 4, the spark is lost. Every effort becomes a barrier. Have you ever felt like you're running a one-man show in your relationship? Healthy relationships thrive on shared effort, but some leave you feeling drained, like you're bearing the emotional and logistical weight all alone. If you're always the one initiating plans, sparking conversations, and compromising, only to get little or no reciprocity, it might be time to pause and take stock. Imagine it. You're the one coming up with fun ideas. Hey, there's a food festival tonight. Want to go check it out together? And the response? Just bring back something to eat. Sure, it may seem small, but when indifference becomes the norm, it signals a deeper issue. If your relationship has turned monotonous, if romance has vanished, and if you're just existing together without shared excitement or purpose, consider this a red flag. A one-sided relationship, where one person constantly gives and the other just takes, is bound to breed resentment and emotional exhaustion. You find yourself sacrificing your happiness just to keep things together. Marcus Aurelius once advised, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one. But if your needs are going unmet, perhaps it's worth asking whether you're holding off the inevitable." No relationship is perfect, but it should lift up both partners. Recognizing your worth is key, as is striving for a relationship that fulfills you, both emotionally and intellectually. Relationships should be a two-way street, not a one-way effort that leaves you feeling trapped and worn out. Take a step back and ask yourself what you truly deserve: mutual respect, genuine care, and emotional reciprocity. A relationship where you're celebrated, not just tolerated. It's time to reach for that and trust that you deserve nothing less. Number 5, trust eroded, promises broken. Chronic dishonesty is one of the clearest red flags of an unhealthy relationship. Think about it. When someone you trust repeatedly lies, cheats, or hides crucial truths, the damage goes far beyond a simple misunderstanding. It chips away at the foundation of trust, weakens communication, and leaves you feeling anxious, uncertain, and emotionally distant. Trust is non-negotiable. Without honesty, even the strongest relationships eventually crumble. Imagine discovering that your partner lied about where they were or kept serious financial issues hidden from you. Picture them saying they were out with friends, only for you to find out later that they were somewhere completely different. You confront them gently at first, and they promise to be more honest. Yet, the lies continue. Slowly but surely, that once strong trust begins to erode, leaving you questioning everything and everyone. Honesty isn't just a nice to have, it's the beating heart of genuine intimacy. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, once said, "If it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it." These simple yet powerful words underscore the necessity of integrity, not just in our daily actions, but in our relationships. Chronic lying isn't just disrespectful, it sabotages the chance for real emotional connection, making true respect and closeness nearly impossible. Research shows that relationships plagued by dishonesty endure more emotional stress and a deep-seated sense of insecurity. Anxiety grows, conflicts erupt, and over time, the mental strain of questioning your partner's every word can even take a physical toll. Constantly wondering, are they telling me the truth? becomes draining, undermining your sense of well-being. Now imagine the opposite, a relationship where trust and truth are unbreakable pillars. By seeking relationships rooted in unwavering honesty, you invite deeper emotional closeness, a sense of profound security, and ultimately, a healthier, more fulfilling life. Let this be your reminder. Choose honesty, demand it in your connections, and protect your peace. Number 6, red flags of disrespect. Is your relationship uplifting or undermining you? Respect is the bedrock of any healthy relationship. When respect is missing, it's often a signal that the relationship itself stands on shaky ground. Have you ever felt belittled, ignored, or dismissed by someone you care about even after expressing your feelings? If so, this is a red flag that cannot be ignored. One of the most toxic signs of disrespect is contempt, a feeling of superiority that one partner holds over the other. Psychologist John Gottman, in his extensive research on relationships, famously called contempt one of the 4 horsemen that predict divorce. Contempt is more than occasional frustration. It's a deeply rooted attitude that can poison the very essence of a relationship. Imagine this. You're passionate about your career path, yet your partner mocks it, especially in front of friends, fully aware of how much this bothers you. Even after you share how their actions hurt you, they continue. This isn't just a difference in perspective, it's a blatant disregard for your feelings. Such behavior reflects a lack of empathy and slowly erodes the trust that binds a relationship. Respect in a relationship isn't just the absence of insults or harsh words. True respect is about valuing each other's dreams, values, and aspirations. Without it, even small issues become battlegrounds of hurt and misunderstanding. A respected partner feels valued, supported, and genuinely heard. If you find yourself constantly anxious or defensive around your partner, it's likely a clear sign that a lack of respect is affecting your emotional well-being. When you're in a relationship that leaves you feeling misunderstood or unrecognized, perhaps it's time to reflect on what you truly want and deserve. Real respect is about more than words. It's the attitude that drives growth, understanding, and mutual care. Ask yourself, in a world where true connection is rare, don't you deserve a relationship that lifts you up rather than one that tears you down? Number 7, manipulative behavior, the compulsive need to be perfect. Emotional manipulation erodes trust, undermines self-worth, and creates an unhealthy power imbalance. Recognizing these signs is essential for anyone seeking a balanced, respectful relationship. Imagine this scenario. Your partner constantly makes you feel guilty for spending time with friends or family, planting seeds of doubt about your loyalty. They might say something like, "If you truly loved me, you wouldn't be going out with them tonight." These tactics, often wielded by narcissists, though not every manipulator is one, highlight a toxic form of control. Now think about this. Partners with extreme narcissism often push their significant others to achieve unrealistic perfection to avoid criticism or rejection. They might mock their partner's appearance, ridicule clothing choices, or even critique a simple hairstyle. Can you imagine the impact of such behavior? It leaves the recipient feeling inadequate, empowering the narcissist by feeding their sense of superiority. The result? The person on the receiving end begins to doubt themselves constantly, striving endlessly to meet impossible standards. Those with narcissistic tendencies have a limited tolerance for imperfection. They expect both themselves and their close circle to maintain an idealized image. Any perceived flaw feels like a personal threat to their fragile ego, triggering an intense need to regain control and uphold their illusion of perfection. This reaction stems from a deep-rooted fear of vulnerability, driving them to manipulate others rather than risk confronting their own imperfections. And here's the hard truth. If these unhealthy patterns aren't addressed, stepping away might be the healthiest choice. Allowing harmful behavior, whether it's yelling, name-calling, or any form of abuse, only breeds resentment and chips away at your self-esteem. Setting boundaries is crucial. Let's say your partner tries to guilt-trip you for spending time with loved ones. Stand firm and express calmly, "My relationships with others are important to me and I need time with them." A partner who truly values you will respect that. Taking a proactive approach helps break the cycle of manipulation and reinforces your self-worth. Mutual respect and empathy should form the bedrock of any relationship. Remember, your time, relationships, and happiness matter. Stand firm in your boundaries, honor yourself, and understand that healthy relationships never demand you choose between your own happiness and someone else's. As Eleanor Roosevelt wisely said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." So stay strong, respect yourself, and never forget your worth. Number 8. Are you being taken advantage of? Ever notice how they stick around when you're flush with cash but vanish the moment life throws you a curveball? Maybe you've questioned whether your relationship is built on genuine emotional connection or if it's merely transactional, driven by physical desires and convenience. Do they only show up when they need something, then disappear when you ask for the smallest bit of support? If these signs feel uncomfortably familiar, you may be dealing with someone who's taking advantage of your kindness. Relationships are meant to be reciprocal, a beautiful dance of mutual care and support. Sure, it's natural to feel joy when helping your partner, to want to be there for them. But ask yourself, are you the only one giving, and are they ever there for you in return? Are they adding meaningful value to your life, or are they merely siphoning off your energy and resources? Picture this. You're facing a rough financial patch. You muster the courage to open up to your partner, hoping for at least a shred of emotional support. But instead of empathy, you're met with indifference or even subtle suggestions about what you still owe them or the things they expect you to buy. When you're in need, suddenly they're too busy or too exhausted to lend a hand. This isn't just selfishness, it's a glaring sign of imbalance. So, ask yourself, why am I accepting someone who only sticks around when life is easy? Start drawing clear boundaries. It doesn't mean closing off your heart or refusing to give, but it does mean recognizing where to draw the line. For instance, make it clear that you're not a never-ending bank account or a safety net that only comes into play when they feel like it. If they genuinely care about you, they'll respect these boundaries and show up for the hard parts too. Remember, you deserve someone who sees and values all the extraordinary parts of you, not just the parts that are convenient or beneficial. Be brave enough to expect the love and respect you are worthy of, because life is too precious to waste on people who only take and never give. Step into your power. It's time to honor your own value. Number 9. Walking on eggshells. When love becomes a battlefield. Imagine being in a relationship where every argument feels like stepping onto a battlefield. Picture Sarah, a woman who resorts to yelling and name-calling during conflicts with her partner, David. Even though David has tried to approach issues with patience and empathy, the toxic behavior persists. He finds himself walking on eggshells around her, constantly monitoring her mood, which has begun to chip away at his mental well-being. Sound familiar? Think about it. No matter how angry someone gets, personal attacks and name-calling should never be acceptable. When conflict becomes a routine of verbal assaults and emotional blows, it raises a glaring red flag. This brings us to a critical point. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is recognize that it's time to step away. David isn't just suffering during the heated arguments. He's haunted by a daily anxiety, a fear of the next explosive moment. His spirit is on edge, living in constant anticipation of the next emotional storm. What would you do in David's shoes? Maintaining composure and addressing conflicts maturely is essential. But if every effort to break a toxic cycle fails, it might be time to reevaluate the relationship. Leaving isn't easy, it never is. Yet sometimes stepping back creates space for personal growth for both partners. Growth that might lead to a healthier connection or to the courage to move forward alone, stronger. Relationships are meant to be a foundation of mutual respect and support, not a minefield of anger and criticism. Ask yourself, is this relationship building me up or tearing me down? Facing harmful patterns head-on can inspire growth, and there's hope in knowing that confronting the truth doesn't always mean an ending of sorrow. It can be the first step toward renewal. Sometimes, the bravest act is choosing your peace, embracing the chance to heal, and stepping into the unknown with newfound freedom. You have the right to thrive, to grow, and to love yourself enough to walk away if that's what your heart truly needs. Number 10, choose yourself. Stop waiting for someone who won't commit. Have you ever found yourself waiting for someone who just won't commit? We've all been there, holding on to hope, believing that one day this person we care so much about will step up. But here's the hard truth. If someone tells you they're not ready for a relationship, believe them. Picture this familiar scene. A woman tells you, "I really like you, but I can't be in a relationship right now." She might give a reason that sounds understandable. Maybe she's focused on her career or healing from a past relationship. It's confusing, isn't it? Because she still wants to spend time with you, go out to dinner, and text late into the night. So you agree to keep seeing her, secretly hoping she'll realize how amazing you are and change her mind. But what if she never does? Think about this. Every moment you invest in someone who isn't investing in you is a moment you're taking away from someone who might. If someone tells you they don't want a relationship, your response could shape your self-worth. By staying, you might be lowering your own value, accepting less than you deserve. When we chase after people who won't commit, our brains often confuse the thrill of pursuit with real love. It's a psychological trick that keeps us trapped in a loop of hope and disappointment. So how do you break free? Start by asking yourself, is this really about them or is it about you? Are you afraid to let go because you're worried you won't find anyone else? It's time to change that mindset. If someone doesn't want to see your worth, they're not worthy of your time. Remember, there are plenty of people who would be thrilled to invest in a real relationship with you. So how do you know if you're holding on too long? Here's a simple rule. If the phrase, "I like you, but," comes up, ignore everything after the "but." You're not here to change someone's mind or wait for them to be ready. Take control of your life and make choices that honor your value. What could you achieve if you redirected the energy you're wasting on the wrong person toward your own passions, goals, or even finding someone who truly values you? A fulfilled life doesn't wait for someone else's timing. You might just be holding yourself back as their backup plan. Loving yourself enough to walk away isn't easy, but it's necessary. As Dr. Maya Angelou wisely reminds us, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. It's time to choose yourself and open the door for someone who won't ever need convincing to stay. Number 11, letting go. This is your power. Have you ever thought that letting go could be your ultimate source of power? It may sound surprising, but there comes a time in relationships when you face the hard decision to release what no longer serves you. This isn't about weakness. It's about honoring your worth and protecting your peace. Ever felt like you've given your all, yet still find yourself stuck in a loop of pain and disappointment? You've fought tirelessly to make things work, only to feel more drained with each passing day. That's your sign. A clear sign that it's time to set strong boundaries and prioritize your happiness. We often fall into the trap of thinking we can save or fix everything, especially when our emotions run high. But the truth is, you can't pour from an empty cup. Remember what the Stoics taught. The brave are free. And sometimes true bravery means having the courage to walk away when a situation is no longer nourishing you. Holding on out of comfort or fear of loneliness only prolongs the hurt and keeps you from stepping into your inner strength. You've poured your heart into nurturing the relationship, yet it's still filled with tension, negativity, or indifference. What will you choose, enduring in silence or stepping back to reclaim your power? Your real strength lies in walking away with dignity when it's clear it's time to move forward. Just like a mountain standing firm against the storm, you too must remain unshaken by the chaos around you. It's not selfish to protect your well-being, it's necessary. Imagine reclaiming your sense of self, your worth and your joy simply by knowing when to let go. When you release the burden of unhealthy or incomplete connections, you make room for something better, something that aligns with the best version of who you're meant to be. As Dr. Edith Eger once said, you can't heal in the same environment that made you sick. Sometimes the bravest step you can take for your future is to walk away from what's holding you back. Picture this. What could your life look like if you chose yourself first? How much more vibrant, powerful, and inspired could you become if you let go of what weighs you down? This isn't just about moving on. It's about evolving into a stronger, more unbreakable version of yourself. So, what energy could you bring into the world if you finally released what no longer serves you? Take a deep breath and imagine the possibilities. You owe it to yourself to embrace the freedom that comes with letting go and to welcome the incredible transformation that awaits. Sometimes the hardest thing you can do in a relationship is walk away, but recognizing the signs you need to walk away and let her go can be the most empowering decision you make. It's not about giving up. It's about reclaiming your peace, your energy, and your self-worth. The power of walking away is knowing that you deserve better and that you don't need to settle for anything less than what aligns with your true value. Remember, your happiness starts with you. You deserve a relationship where mutual respect, trust, and love are at the forefront. So, if you're holding on to something that no longer serves you, trust yourself enough to let go. I hope this video helps you find clarity and courage on your journey. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, and make sure to subscribe to The Stoic Goddess for more content that will empower and inspire you. Share your thoughts in the comments below and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our upcoming videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.